So if I get these, also, I'm looking, you had another one of these, didn't you?
Possibly.
Cause I can't find it now.
Okay. I can look when you go and see if I can find it, and I can hold it for you.
Okay, but, should I pay for this now? And then you can hold, I'm walking, so I didn't
Oh.
wanna carry this, these.
Okay.
I'll put those here.
Yeah, we do.
Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, put these in already. Yeah.
And that,
Yep.
and those all were on sale?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you guys have been just chatting it up since I'm here. I'm here. Hello. Sorry, it took me a bit. Hello, Dagny and Pam and Lori and Auntie. Hello. Yes, I'm sorry that I was busy and I made you guys kind of wait for a few minutes, but I appreciate your patience. Hello, Kim. All right. Oh, you've been okay. Yes, it is a very nice day. I'm not going to be too busy for the live. It's all good now. I had a bit of a rush right before, but it's all good now. Yes, I made it. Hello, hello. So I was going to work on doing those clusters again. And so, yeah, I will switch my camera for everybody. If I can, you know me, if I can figure out technology, right? Okay, so let's go this. Nope, still not working. I know, I always make you guys be so patient with me, hey? And you can only see half my face because I put my iPad in upside down. Hello, Lori. It took you a bit. You know what? I just came on, so you did not miss a thing. Okay. This one first, then this one. There we go. All right, now we got it. Okay, so for anybody watching last week, we were working on the clusters. And when I was going through kind of trying to figure out these two here, I did not realize that on the back, I just honestly didn't pay enough attention, but there is cut apart pieces on the back. So that gives you a whole bunch more. And now I've cut one already, and so it gives you those extra bigger pieces. So what I'm going to do also is, I talked a little bit last time about the dimension, and that I sometimes felt like there wasn't maybe enough thicker pieces to give the dimension I wanted. So I brought some ink in today so that we could I could do some edge distressing. And then I also had brought in a cut apart sheet from Minte, because I always think it's nice when you can mix and match the different companies and the different products. So I thought if it came down to where I was feeling like I was needing a few more pieces, you know, you can always reach out to some of the other products that you already have in your stash to build up your clusters and to just give them that little bit more pop if that's what you want, or to even incorporate them into what you're already working on, right? So this kit came with these elastic straps, which I guess is good. I don't know that this would be something I would really use, but they give them to you, so maybe at some point, I don't know, would you guys put your clusters on here? So the look of these on here is, you can't really see. On this one you can see a bit more. So you see the ends of the little elastic bits on there, and then they've probably glued the cluster together, but then they've used the little clothespins to hold it onto that string, so I guess to be removable. I'm not sure. So, and it does come with some eyelets, so if you were going to put them in your mini album or on your page, you know, you could actually set them with eyelets, and I'm actually surprised they are quite large. And then of course the little clothespins like I showed last time. I don't know, I wouldn't tend to use these clothespins. They would make it very, very thick. And yeah, I mean, I would maybe tend to put them this way, so lay them flat, but to put them and use them the way that they're intended, I mean, that's over 1/4 inch in thickness. So I'm not going to use these on my clusters. I may find another use for them, but for this purpose, I'm just feeling like it's not really in the thing that I would want to do, right? Hello, Ramona. How are you doing today? So thank you everyone for being a bit patient. I appreciate it. I had my mic on for a little bit, so you probably heard me speaking, and then I decided maybe I should turn the mic off. So anyway, let's do some inking on here. And my cluster piece. So it shows this, and then it shows this, oops, and then it shows my big green piece. I feel like the way that they cluster these, it really uses a ton of paper, And also it makes huge big clusters. So I feel like we could definitely get more than the 4 clusters that they show on the packaging, because they want them to be huge for some reason. So I'm going to, maybe not on this one, but on this one I'm gonna, I am going to distress this one. Now I'm using oxide, so it's very, very dense. And the reason I actually picked this oxide is because I don't normally use oxide. Of course, I really went heavy-handed there. I don't normally use oxide for distressing, so when I was picking out the ink for this live, I thought, you know what, let's maybe try oxide and just see how it is. So for anybody that wants to do distressing, ink distressing, it's kind of what I call it, ink distressing. I would typically normally use just the regular dye ink, but other than my little bit of heavy-handedness, honestly, this is way better, way easier. That was so quick compared to what it would be if you were using dye inks. Maybe some of my dye ink pads maybe need to be re-inked, but I'm quite pleasantly surprised with how easy this oxide ink works for distressing these. So one of the reasons I decided that I should do some ink distressing is because I wanted to see if that would give all the pieces a little bit extra dimension that I was kind of vying for last week. I like the fact that you can have the chipboard pieces and actually have dimension, but you can easily create dimension with your pop-up dots and with your paper pieces, right? All right, look at that, it's beautiful. Now, I don't know about this heart. I feel like that's big. And I took a cut apart from my Minte, some of the coordinating papers that I had. So it was a page like this that had these little frames on it, and I cut one out and I put it behind these Polaroid frames that came in the kit. It looks really bad, but it's just the adhesive there. I didn't want to take it off. So this was a really cute idea, because in the clusters on here, it shows white in behind. I mean, I guess technically you would maybe be putting a picture there. I don't know. But it would be kind of neat to build up another background picture here. So I'm just using this for the purposes of today. But you know what? Now that I'm seeing that, I actually do feel like it might be nice to do kind of like our first one that we did where we had the flower bits in behind. I do feel like maybe it might be better to have a bit more in behind that. So what about if we did do this? No, that one's going to be too big. What about this? Would that work out? I am not sure. Here's another littler piece of... I'm just kind of looking to make this kind of its own little picture in a picture. So I'm trying to figure out what... Oh, there's a butterfly. Ooh, that's kind of turning out to be cute. There is another... There's some... No, I don't want those little tickets. We could put this word on here, 100% genuine. Oh, look at that's turning out to be pretty cute. And then there's littler, like some extra littler buds that we could put there. I think that looks good, hey? I guess I need to... You like the flowers? Yeah, I like the flowers too. Look at there, that's turning out to be nice. So let's glue these down, and then we'll add on kind of our background behind it. So just a tiny bit of this stuff, because it really goes a long way, and I don't necessarily like it smudging out. I don't have my my cup today that I was showing you guys last time. Oop. Okay, I'm just kind of doing a line up here. That looks good. Let's do this one. Put, I think, that one like that, and then the butterfly. I wonder if I want to maybe move these up a tiny bit. Let's see. Yep, and then we'll put the butterfly. Actually, the butterfly, I think I'll pop up with a pop dot, right? I have them stuck to my package. Oh man, all right. Pop dots. Lori from the library. Lori, I messaged you. If you have a chance, if you could check your Facebook message, I would appreciate that. Well, I have you on here. So since I started these clusters last week, I almost sold out of everything I have in the store for these. And so I went on my supplier's website, and I am going to bring in more of these, but they also have scrapbook page kits. And I would like to check into those and possibly do a live on those, because I wonder if it would kind of lean to giving you other uses the way that these have. And I'm wondering if there's a way, I mean, I'm sure it includes 12 by 12 paper, but I'm wondering if there's a way that, you know, there's a chance of doing the 12 by 12 pages and maybe some cards, or to be able to make it work just as cards if it's for a card maker. So I'm going to check into doing that. Probably I won't get them in for a couple weeks though, so yeah, when they come in I will definitely look into doing that. And then I'm going to put this little sticker on here. I really love 49 and Market. I feel like they've really taken the just all the different ephemera and different things that they've been bringing out. They've just really hit the ground running, if we could say that. I don't know that I want that dark one now, and actually I think I want this to be like this. I feel like these are too much the same. Maybe we need this, because remember I said last time you don't want your clusters, your pieces on your cluster to you don't want any of the lines to match up, right? You want, I'm gonna take this out of here, clear this out so it's not so chaotic for you guys to see. How about this guy? Maybe this one has to go sideways. Now I'm kind of feeling like maybe this heart would be better. Let's lift this up, because the heart's then giving you a different shape. Okay, what about back to this one? This one is our main piece, the heart, this, and what about, I thought I seen a little, I had, oh yeah, this little strip. Oh, actually, I wanted to use these postage stamps. Does it matter? What about if we angled it like that? And we could still maybe put this one underneath. How is that looking? What do you guys think of that? The heart, yeah, for sure, hey? I think that you just need that extra different shape in amongst all of this. So I think that looks pretty good. So here's our other clusters that we did last week. Oops. So this one was one, remember? The cute window. Remember we did both the windows last time? And we have this one, which I don't know how I meant to have this one. I must have meant to have it like this. Oh yeah, I guess with the bow. So that was the other one. If I put that here, can we kind of see it? Yeah. And then this one, maybe it needs a bow too. Okay, maybe that one needs a bow. Either there. I kind of think I like it sort of sideways like that. Maybe this needs to slide. Maybe we'll slide it. I don't know. What do you think? Because I don't want to put it over to, what about at the top of this? What about, no, not there. What about me? No, can't be there. Oh, how about that? That looks good, hey? All right, so let's do it like this. I think that that's kind of the best. I just feel like it's so big. I mean, that would be take up half your page. Maybe that's okay though. Maybe that's something that, you know, you would want to have. You know what? What about maybe some branches? I'm still feeling like it's not quite where I want it to be. So maybe it needs some pieces that are sticking up off the top. Oh, here's a big tall one. Maybe it's, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me what you're thinking here. Maybe I need a couple leaves just to give it again some different dimension. Move this guy in behind. Because I feel like it's spreading out a lot this way, and that's kind of, here, let's move all this kind of stuff up out of the way. Oh, let's see what else is on the back of this. Cut apart. Add the leaves, yeah. I mean, this flower's kind of cute, but otherwise it's kind of all the same sort of stuff. It's too square. It's kind of a rectangle. The branches look good, yes, for sure. I'm wondering if maybe this piece instead to kind of pull things together. How about that? And then we've got the distressing on here. So, okay, let's do the heart first. Should we put the heart more up like this, I'm wondering? What do you guys think? So it's more off. Okay, let's put some leaves in here. Leaves. Leaves. Get that out of the way now. Maybe not these tall ones. How about another one of these branches like this? Leaves, leaves. This. Yeah, that's maybe better, hey? Is that looking better? What are you guys thinking about that? I know. Maybe it's just me. I just felt like it was getting too wide. And I don't know, I like my clusters a little more clustered. If that makes sense. Okay, so how is this one looking? I don't know, now I'm not liking these, but maybe they need to be up on at the front. What about if I put it like this? I could trim this off too. Here, how about we just rip it? Maybe to the side like that, and then put the bow. How about something like that? But maybe we still need something up in this corner, hey? This is good. I like to play with this because it kind of gives you that visual. And I think that a lot of people, maybe I shouldn't say this. Some people I know struggle with placement of things, right? And so fiddling with these clusters. Now this is something you could definitely do at home on your own. I know tons of the paper packs now are coming with cut apart pieces. You could easily find these are really nice, these new 6x8 size. You know, you could easily cut some pieces out of here. If you could rip it to make your edges jagged. You could just kind of fussy cut, but not really be too concerned about the edges. And then you could start building your own clusters. And I know in some of the scrapbooking and the junk journal groups and things that I'm on Facebook, this is sort of becoming a trend where you put together these clusters and then you have them for when you do your book. So how's this? Is everybody happy with that one? The leaves on the right side, right? So like this, the way that it is. You like the single dark green at the top? Yeah, the leaves on the right. But that's the thing, Lori. That's why I think this is good to be able to work with the clusters. And one of the most important pieces of this is different shapes. I honestly believe that that's what saves you on this, is the different shapes. On the other side, oh, so you want leaves over on this side? You're thinking to have them like this instead? Maybe down like that? Is that what you're thinking? I wonder if, where's my big straight one here? So even with these pink ones, do you think? Still having some out the side? Maybe like that. Under the square. Oh. Okay, so you like under this square, like that maybe? Is this where we're headed? What about these pink branches? You guys liking that? The other thing too is nice is if you have pieces, you can easily ink them and change the color of them, right? Now I feel like if we're gonna do that, we need a few more leaves. Do you think? Like this? Everybody's saying the right, hey? And see, now I feel like the bow is sort of out of place with it all. Yeah, see, now I feel like the bow is in a weird spot. And I don't know, I mean, I guess we could put it like that off the corner of the frame. What about that? Too much? Okay, let's see. Maybe, what about if we did this as a little bit of other depth? Put one of these leaves back to kind of fill in that spot. And I kind of want, I kind of like this bow here, so I'm sort of trying to work it around to keep that bow there. What about if we get rid of the heart? Oh, and my 1 cent is upside down. Not that it matters, but put that like that. Oh, leaves or bow, not both? Okay, what time are we at? Oh man, we're only gonna get one of these completed. Okay, and so what else do we have here that may work better? We have this guy, another bit of a round. We have this big cluster, but this I feel like it needs to be highlighted on something, and it needs to be set apart so that it, like maybe if you put, now kind of moving on. All right, let me move this guy up out of the way. So this, I feel like I would maybe use, oh, how about like this? Put 2 frames in behind and then kind of put that up top. I'm sort of, I don't know, putting that one to rest for a bit maybe. What about if we put the pink in the back behind here instead? So something like that. I feel like this big cluster of flowers needs to be lifted, but maybe not that. Maybe the heart would look good on this one because it's kind of a little more dainty. Maybe turn this around. So put 1 leaf on the, oh, you guys think I need a heart on that one now? Oh, this one looks good. You liking this one? Yeah, maybe we need to put that one to the side for a bit. So this one's looking good like that. So, Lori, you said that you would be pulling your hair out. You know, I haven't done a ton of these, honest. Of course, you can see that because I struggle too. But I do enjoy playing, and I think that the more that you kind of reach out and put yourself out there and think of ways to create clusters, I do believe that it could help you in your card making and in your scrapbooking and everything else, because it's showing you how to kind of step back and look at things and to see how they look good. Yeah, exactly. Learning and trying, Dorna. That's exactly. You have to just learn and try, because if you don't try and you don't, remember way back when you started crafting, what if you went back and looked at those creations now? Would you be happy with them? I'm pretty sure most of us would be like, wow, I've come a long way in my crafting. Well, you know what? This is just another piece of those. I try to do some clusters as I am crafting, but honestly, sometimes it's very difficult and I feel like I do need to bring other pieces of something in. So I'm actually really enjoying having just a bunch of random pieces and trying to make it work and figure it out and piece it together. It's going a lot easier for me having more pieces than less, because it just gives you that extra. And I think sometimes when I'm doing my albums or whatever I'm doing and I'm trying to cluster, I think I start out with too much of the same. So this I think is looking really nice, and look at, I just pulled it together and didn't do much. I think I would still maybe play a little bit with it. No, not that. But, well, you know what? I'm liking this one too. It could be simpler, right? It doesn't have to be so much. And maybe that was the problem. You know how you always say you can sometimes have too much of a good thing? I think like this, it's kind of looking nice. And I still have tons and tons of extra pieces that we could use to make even more clusters. Can you guys see this one? I'm going to make sure that I keep it. Maybe it's this one that we like because the frames are tipped, right? And then that's giving it a whole nother look. I have these little cotton ball pieces. But I feel like this needs to be covered in, hey? Let's see if we put something like this in behind. What are you guys thinking? What about maybe this in behind with this? Just to create another layer. Another bow. Which is funny that these kits are come with bows, because ribbons and bows seem to have been out for a while now, where they're not kind of as popular as maybe they once were. And so I'm kind of surprised. Don't mind this edge because it's just for my adhesive. This needs to be up. Anyway, that's kind of what I had going on for today. More of these clusters. And I don't know, I think that this could be no bow. No bow. Okay, no bow. We won't put a bow on that one. But I do have to find like a butterfly or something to put on here because it needs that different shape. Now I was going to say that I feel like you could kind of just sit and have this as a bit of downtime to just play around. But I think that maybe could be too stressful to some people, so maybe I won't say that. But I think it would come, and whatever. Play around, right? And remember last time I had my one set up and then I moved it and I couldn't quite remember how to get it back. But that's okay too, right? Love the heart one. Yeah, I think I'm liking the heart one too. I also really like this one, the very first one we did. However, that one I followed the picture and it came together quite easy. But see, maybe you need more of these parts rather than the bows. Maybe more just little strips of things. So here, there's this one. You could stick it. I mean, you don't want it in the middle, right? So you'd want something over top of that. Maybe would you put the I mean, I would definitely have to pop this one up because it's starting to get too flat. Where is, I do have another cluster. This one, look at how fine detailed this is. you would definitely have to put this somewhere on something flat, because there's no way that you could pop this. Or look at that fine detail of that tiny little stem. I honestly would probably more use the flower heads than all these stems and things. Maybe just use separate leaves. That's way too delicate for me. I don't know. What do you guys think? But I do feel like this needs to be, you know, there needs to be some pop-up pieces on here. Anyway, let's just go back to this. So we'll figure it out, right? I challenge you all to try to work with doing some clusters. Because why not? It could just be something that gives you that downtime. It would maybe give you something to do for fussy cutting. Because, you know, I know I've had mixed feelings about fussy cutting. Some people say, oh yeah, I really like it. And some people are, forget it, I'm never doing fussy cutting. But who knows? Now, the one thing I will say about fussy cutting, so like something like this flower up here, to cut that out, you know, it's challenging, right? But what you could do, because when I fussy cut, mostly I leave an edge, right? So you'd have a little bit of white showing. So what I would do is de-stress it with ink and cover up that white edge. And then you don't maybe have to be as particular when you fussy cut. And that's kind of my little tidbit about how to, here, I'll just maybe do it quick. If you guys, oh, I'm really taking you guys over time today. Let me just do this quick and then we will sign off. And then I'm going to challenge you guys to do some fussy cutting and some cluster making, and then for you to send the pictures to me so that I can post them on our page. And you know what? You don't have to send me them all. You don't even have to send me your first one. You can just send me one of your favorite ones that you're able to create. I would be fine with that. Now you get to just watch my face as I'm fussy cutting here. Does anybody use a craft knife when they fussy cut? Or does everybody use scissors? And is there, if you use scissors, is there a special type of scissors that you prefer over others? I definitely prefer shorter scissors. I would never use those big long shears for fussy cutting. You'd never be able to get into the tight little spots. Okay, I'm just about done on here. All right, there's my piece fussy cut out. That's what I did, like that, okay? So you can see like in this little spot here, there's white. I didn't go into that. So you could leave it like that, absolutely. Now I'm just gonna do a tiny little bit of distressing on here. I'm going to be more light-handed this time, not be so. Now I am using Vintage Photo for distressing because honestly it was on the top of my box and I just grabbed whichever one was easiest. So I'm just going to distress this really quick. I know you're looking at the top of my head, I'm sorry. All right, so that is it distressed. So yeah, if you don't like the white border, you can distress it. Then it gives it that bit more of that vintage look also. So there we go. When we put it on here, it's going to have that vintage look rather than having that white edge. And I mean, look at these. This is a pop-out piece and it has an edge on it, right? Here, put it up there so you can see. Sorry, I'm trying to focus it. Yeah, so I mean, it has an edge and it was a pop-out piece, right? All right, so challenge, is it accepted? I want to see you guys try it out and make some clusters and see if it's kind of like the new trend that you might be following. Okay, so sorry I started late. Sorry I'm running late. I want to sign off and say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. May your next year be filled with many, 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 many blessings. And I will see you hopefully next Saturday if it's not too busy and chaotic. And I don't know what we'll do. I will figure something out.